It was April 1948, just a year after India's independence. Modern Bhubaneswar, the capital of Odisha, was not even born. The narrative in ancient India goes, while going from the Lingaraj temple towards the Daya river along with the Puri road, one sees about the 100 yards to the left the impressive fortification wall rising some 25 to 30 feet above the surrounding plains. The fort forms a rough square on plan. The contours suggest the existence of corner towers and 8 large gateways, 2 on each side, besides about the same number of small openings distributed all over the perimeter. The fort is circumscribed by the waters of the streamlet called the Gangua or Gandhavati. The building of the fort, taking advantage of the proximity of the stream, drained its water around the northern, eastern and southern sides of the fort, thus producing a moat with a perennial supply of water. Today, in 2021, after 73 years of its first descriptions, Shishupalgarh's situation is, however, different. Massive urbanization spread in and around Shishupalgarh has not only spoiled its pristine character but also has badly affected losing of its immense archaeological wealth. On a fine morning, we, Pratibha and Jitu, drove through the first disappearing archaeological ruins to unravel the story of Bhubaneswar's first smart city, which was compared to Athens, the capital of classical Greece. Our first stopover was at the monolithic pillar complex at the center of sprawling fortified city. The monolithic pillars, 16 in numbers, form a rectangular complex. On some of the pillars can be seen medallions similar to Sanchi and Varud. Across the top, these pillars have a horizontal socket to hold superimposed beams or rafters.
Today we are at Shishupalgarh. You can see these pillars behind me and also in front of me. And these pillars may not be known to many of us, but they are definitely very relevant, very significant monolithic pillars going back to 2nd, 3rd century ED. And these were part of a palace complex, and they are only of its kind in the entire country. So when we talk about early urbanization in India, so the focus is mostly on the Gangetic Valley. So Gangetic Valley, which starts from Punjab region in the northwestern part of India until Bengal, the Gangetic Delta in Bengal. So there were large number of cities flourishing, like Prayag, for example, Hastinapur, Ayodhya, then Patliputra, then Gaya. So there were several cities, flourishing in the northern part of India along the Gangetic River. But outside Gangetic Valley, there were also urban centers, like in Odisha, for example. Shishupalgarh was the capital of ancient Kalinga, and its history, its archaeological evidences go back, up to 6th century BC. So in 1948, Shishupalgarh was excavated by Professor B.B. Lal, who later became the Director General of Archaeological Survey of India. He is very well-known archaeologist. He is still surviving. So he was the first person to excavate Shishupalgarh in 1948. And we found the evidence of Odisha's connection with Rome from Shishupalgarh. Besides, it was a major Buddhist civilization. So located on the bank of river Daya, where you have Dholi, very close by, just 2-3 kilometers from here, Dholi, which was a major Buddhist center, and it was the place where Ashoka had fought the Kalinga War. The site was square in plan. So you probably would know about Kautilya or Chanakya, who was the first person who thought of uniting India in 4th century BC. And he was the Prime Minister of Chandragupta Maurya, the first Emperor of India, who ruled from Magad and Patliputra, today's Patna in Bihar. So Kautilya had written a book called Kautilya's Arthashastra, the economic treatise of India, ancient India. And in this book, he had talked about the city plans. So how a city should have been planned. So here, according to Kautilya's Arthashastra, the economic treatise of Kautilya, the city should be square in plan with 8 gateways, 4 major gateways and 4 minor gateways, and surrounded by moat. So there are several cities of ancient India have been excavated, have been reported by archaeologists in last 100 years, but none of the cities except Shishupalgarh has go with the plan of Kautilya's Arthashastra. So this is how Shishupalgarh is so important, and it is, according to us, it is the first planned city in India. Today Bhubaneswar is declared as the first smart city of India. Actually the origin of Bhubaneswar smart city goes back to the time of Chandragupta Maurya, Kautilya. That is 4th century BC. So that is how Shishupalgarh is important.
We then moved to the excavated gateway amid driving the urban chaos. Everywhere close to the fortification walls, construction was happening. We were hot. Common people are ignorant, and it seemed the Odia pride has lost its relevance. We have started disrespecting our roots.
Now we are in the gateway. This was one of the major gateways of Shishupalgarh, and this was excavated by Professor B.B. Lal in 1948. And you can see how beautifully this gate was. The engineering marvel of this gateway was really splendid. Here you have the guard rooms, and just beyond the gateway is the Gangua Canal, which was the moat, and it was filled with crocodiles. So it would be very difficult for someone to come inside without taking permissions. And once they come inside, then they would be asked by the guards before they enter to the city. So it was beautifully planned, and you can see the width of the gateway, which was excavated in 1948 by Professor B.B. Lal. Aram se you can, 2 elephants or a chariot could come, and when the inhabitants of the city, Shishupalgarh, or the royal families, they would come inside the city, or the merchants or the traders, there would be a wooden plank or a bridge made of bamboo would be laid upon the upon the Gangwa Canal, and that would help them to come inside. So this is how they would come inside, and then they would be asked by the guards, and then they would be entering to the city.
Sisubalgarh was occupied for almost 1,000 years between 6th century BCE and 4th century CE. Besides being the capital, it was a major trading center of ancient India. The inhabitants of Sisubalgarh led a luxury life, which we come to know through the archaeological finds of luxury items such as ivory and precious stone beads, sophisticated pottery, a variety of ear ornaments, and imitation Roman clay bullae. Its inhabitants lived in sprawling houses made of stones and bricks with 2 or 3 rooms and a veranda in the front yard. Sisubalgarh is undoubtedly Bhubaneswar's first smart city, but it is a pity that we could not save it from the chaos of urban spread in the 21st century.